Isopropyl alcohol. Hope everyone's having a good day. Today what we're going to be doing, we're going to RGH 3 our Xbox 360 and pray we don't cook the console. Now with us today we have some isopropyl alcohol, 99.9%. We have our X clamp removal tool. We've got our Raspberry Pi picker. We got some heat tape. Got 10k resistors, which we only need one of these. And we've got some 30 gauge multicolor wire that we're going to be using as well. Unfortunately it is not solid core, so it's going to be a minor inconvenience, but we'll still get it done. So firstly, to start, we're just gonna unscrew this hard drive casing and we're gonna remove the hard drive from this and check and see if it's okay. We do have a SATA connector here that we can plug into our PC to make sure that the hard drive's okay. We have our 20GB hard drive connected. The condition on it is good. It has 1934 power on counts. Everything with it seems to be okay, so we know we're going to use this hard drive for the 360 for now till we can get a bigger one. So we're just going to put this to one side. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this clamp on the 360. Now, honestly, if you didn't see last video, before installing this LED fan, I should have done all of this first. But unfortunately, I work backwards, so this is how we're going to do it today. So we're just going to flip this over here. We're going to use the fan as support. We're going to grab our X clamp tool. And what we need to do is not slide it underneath, but slide it just around it. And you don't want it to be all the way, and we're just going to lift it like that. Now, that is pretty easy to do. And there we go. We have the X clamp off. We're going to put that to one side. We're just going to lift this up. And as you guys can see, the thermal paste on this heatsink, there's literally none on it. So we're going to rub this down later with some isopropyl alcohol. You can see on the chip as well that it looks like there's just about any thermal paste on it as well. So we're going to need to replace that thermal paste, which we're going to do later. We're going to be following Mr. Mario's tutorial on how to RGH 3 Xbox 360. There is easier ways to do it. I've seen recently that you can do it with a USB stick and 2 wires. We're going to follow Mr. Mario's tutorial because he's someone that I like to watch. What we're going to do, we've got a bit of flux here. We've got our 10k resistor here. And we've also got a piece of wire that we've already stripped one end of it. We got a decent amount of wire here just in case, you know, we mess up anything. What we're gonna do, following Mr. Mario's tutorial, we're gonna snip one end slightly shorter, just like that. And we're gonna take one end of this and dip it in some flux. And we're just gonna take a light bit of solder and solder a bit onto that. Okay, if you guys can see, there's a little solder blob on there. And we're gonna do the same to the wire as well. We're gonna twist these ends because we don't want it to fray. And we're gonna dip it in some flux. We're gonna tin it with a bit of solder. And then we're just going to connect these 2 points. Okay, so if you guys can see that, we've soldered 2 points together. We do have a little bit of a solder blob there, not really an issue. And what we're going to do, guys, we're going to do the same to the other side. Now, because you guys can't really see like that, I'm going to switch over to my phone so you can get a close-up of what I'm doing. I did go over it a couple times just because I wanted to make sure that it had a strong hold. Now what we're going to do, following Mr. Mario's tutorial, we just need to grab a Q-tip and we're going to grab some isopropyl alcohol and we're just going to pour a little in here and we're going to rub down these joints just to make sure that they're nice and clean before we heat shrink it. What we're going to do now, we're going to grab our heat shrink and we're just going to slide it over. Slide that right over there. Okay, so now we got our heat shrink on here. What we're going to do is we're just going to make sure none of the legs or nothing's showing. Just gonna take our lighter and just go over it. Okay, so now we've got this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our board. So we're gonna switch back over to the phone so you guys can get a close-up of that. Okay, sorry guys, been gone for a while. Unfortunately both my recording devices overheated, so I wasn't able to actually record everything I was doing. But we have got the Raspberry Pi Pico hooked up to the board. I will post pictures of everything I've done and how it looks. I'm not quite sure if it's okay or whatever, but I guess we'll find out. Next thing we're going to do is Raspberry Pi Pico. We're going to hook it up to the PC. What you need to do is you just hold this little button here on your Pico and then you plug it into the PC. If you guys can see there, we have Raspberry Pi Pico hooked up to the PC. From here, what we're going to do guys is copy out the picoflasher.uf2 file. We're going to copy that and just paste it in our Raspberry Pi and paste. And there we go, we've pasted it. Now it's disconnected. And all we're going to do from here guys is just disconnect it from our PC and then plug it back in. After plugging it back into our PC, we've pulled up JRunner now. And as you guys can see, we have Pico Flasher right there, which means it's connected successfully. Okay, and from here guys, all we want to do is plug in our power supply, but we don't want to turn on the console. So we got our power supply plugged in. Okay, sorry guys, we're back again. I bridged two connections, so I had to just fix that real quick. But as you guys can see, it is now reading the NAND. And there we go, it has now read the NAND. Now it's reading it again. It's got to do 2 NAND reads, as you can see up there. We're now reading the second one. As you can see, the Pico is doing its thing, it's going to work. Waiting for the second one to read now. And there we go. And we've read it and we've completed reading the NAND. So that's done now. Okay guys, so what we're going to do from here is we're going to click glitch to RGH 3 and then we're going to hit create Excel. So we're just going to press that. And then it says image created. And then from there, we're just going to click write Excel. Writing glitch to NAND. As you guys can see there, it's writing right now. And the writing is successful, as you can see. Okay, so now we've created Excel and we've wrote it. What we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the Pico. We're going to plug in our HDMI cord. We're just going to plug it into our monitor real quick. We're going to put in our RF chip because we took it out. Okay, now we've plugged that in. We've got the console hooked up. We've got the RF chip back in. What we're going to do from here is we're going to turn on the console. And as you guys can see, we've turned on the console now. If everything goes to plan on the screen, we should see Excel Okay, we just saw Excel reloaded. There we go, guys. There we go. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this whole video I was panicking. That's why there's like so many cuts and stuff. Okay, so we got a red light here flashing. Okay guys, so we may be cooked. After doing some research, it turns out that the console is pulling a overheating code. So what we need to do is we just need to clean this heatsink and everything and put it back together. And then from there, we can actually continue with what we was doing. So we're just gonna grab ourselves a cotton bud here and some of the isopropyl alcohol. Okay, so we got some isopropyl alcohol. Okay guys, so if you didn't just see that, I got squared in the face by the isopropyl alcohol, in my mouth too. Don't taste the best. My room stinks. I've cleaned up my desk. As you guys can see, the desk is looking much cleaner now. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna rub off some of this old thermal paste, clean this heatsink. So we've cleaned the heatsink. We now need to clean the board, so we're just gonna unplug the power cable and everything. As you guys can see, we have the old thermal paste on the board. On the chip, we're just gonna clean this off here with some alcohol again. We're gonna grab our MX4 thermal paste and we're just gonna put a dab right in the middle here. Generous amount right there. Okay, so we figured out which way the heatsink goes. From here, we're just going to flip this back over. Here, and we're going to put this clamp back on. Now, you guys haven't heard from me after what happened. My isopropyl alcohol had splashed in my face, splashed in my mouth. I had both my phone and my camera overheat on me. I've had so much happen. I freaking didn't think I'd done this right. I didn't think I RGH this right. Turns out I done it completely right, and I was pressing the eject button for over 6 hours, thinking it was the power button. So there's a lot that's happened.